Okay. Just making sure, guys. I'm just gonna... Hold on. I'm gonna test the volume here. Is the volume good? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Using Shorekeeper's ultimate.
Swift and resolute. No hesitation.
Okay.
The hour is upon us. Sentinel protects me.
Use Phoebe or PB. Alright. Okay. Just give me 1 moment. I'm gonna check if the volume in the stream is good. Okay, it's perfect. Alright, so just to make sure you do see the title, we are going to be reacting to the Monster Hunter Wilds collab. So I believe it's Akuma, but just give me 1 moment. Let me collect these rewards, and then we're gonna react to the Akuma trailer, or whatever the Monster Hunter Wilds thing is, because I honestly do not know. Okay. First I'm gonna mute. I almost called this Punishing Grey Raven. Okay. So let's just get out of here. So it's a Street Fighter 6 collaboration. Pog. Okay. Let's just move to... That's not the one that I wanted. There we go. That's it. Alright. So give me 1 moment. I'll be right back. Okay. Alright, what up YouTube? As you can see, we are doing our reaction to the Monster Hunter Wilds Street Fighter 6 collab. So this is a live stream for the Ciaccona event quest in Wuthering Waves, but before we do that, we're going to be reacting to this. So all I know is I think Akuma, or I don't really play Street Fighter, I don't know, but there's like a character there. But yeah. All right, but let's just get to it. I don't know what to expect, honestly. I've never seen this other than it's a collab, so let's see it.
Has the weight of my fist sparked a killing intent within you, Hunter?
Okay.
Now to seek death and face it down!
Akuma. What? Dual Blades, my main. Okay. Is it only this Akuma character though? I'm guessing that's Blanca, I think that's what they're called. I don't know.
Masterfully grilled, Hunter!
Oh!
I'll show you, Harris! K.O. Akuma wins! Yes! This is the battle I hunger for!
May 28th.
Die a thousand deaths! Misots! Here comes a new challenger!
Oh, okay, it's a skin.
Yeah, hey there, I do this. Never feel blue. And when I get up in the game, your RP improve. A real problem, but I solve them all fast.
Oh, I'm assuming.
RP improve.
So this is going to be this is going to be Gemma, and this will be damn, I forgot her name. You know her name. I don't know. I forgot her name, but yeah, her. She's got our handler is going to be Chun-Li, and then Gemma is going to be. I don't know Street Fighter names. You know who she is, but yeah, that's pretty interesting. I'm assuming this is going to be playing in. Okay, it's not going to be in the second title update. It's going to be in May 28th, which is this upcoming Wednesday or Tuesday evening. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'll be doing this collaboration event for sure. I'm not sure how long it will last, but I'll do it before it ends if it is limited. But yeah. Alright, that's my reaction. I'll see you guys later. Watch my streams. Alright. Now that that's done, we will do the Wuthering Waves event quest. Now, from what I'm seeing here, it is around 1 hour and 44 minutes. And based off experience, I usually do it within half the time. So if it takes 2 hours, I'll do 1 hour. And if it's 1 hour and 44 minutes, it will usually take around an hour, less than an hour probably. But yeah. Anyways, just give me one moment. I'll check if I'll be right back and I'll check if the stream sounds is good. Alrighty then. Let us begin the Ciaccona event quest. Okay. Between 8 to 12. And if you're wondering why I'm speaking in full volume, full tone volume right now, it's because I literally have the entire house to myself, so the stars have aligned. Alright. Let's get started, but let us read the quest first. So it's called Your Summer Will Never Wither. While heading to the Trattoria Margherita, you encounter Carlotta, who invites you to join her for dinner. During the meal, you overhear a rumor about demons. Okay, let's do it. And again, I've said this countless times before. I will progress the text after I've finished reading it, not after the characters finish talking.
Rover, fancy running into you here. Won't you dine with me? Ms. Margarita asked me to sample her newest pizza, but my goodness, these portions.
Did you hear what the Order's acolytes found while clearing the abandoned library? A manuscript of a poem with the public has already caught wind of its contents. Did you know it was... They say it was the last work, written aboard the Pilgrim's sail. I reckon the original finder fished it out the sea and put it in the library, not knowing...
Right, I completely forgot about this, but you may have noticed I did do the Zani quest in the stream, in the channel, but for some reason it's only like 35 minutes long. I think the stream like stopped or got cut off then, so I just ripped it out. I put it back in private because I don't want you guys to have an incomplete experience. So yeah, if you're wondering why the Zani quest is gone, I removed it because it's only 35 minutes long. I'm pretty sure it took like an hour in it, but yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what happened in the stream.
It was.
Shh, quiet. They're criminals. Best not mention them.
Simply put, The Golden Anth, their 3 members were once the Sentinel's Cantors. Allegedly, their pilgrim sail caught fire and none on board survived.
Well, since the manuscript is no longer secret.
Give me a second. Let me think. Hear that? It's exactly what they're playing now.
Well, it would appear they were possessed by daemons, just as this very article suggests. Friends, it's been too long. I gather you were also listening in on that conversation about the Golden Anthem's last work?
What did you mean by daemons?
Resentful of the Order's verdict, they committed to paper a curse upon Rinasita and Raguna. Those favored by the divinity were the most willing to raise the blade of rebellion, for they alone knew how to make divinity bleed and doctrines crumble. Though they died in exile to a great fire, their resentment festered in their music and poetry, like the fire that dragged them to hell. These daemons were... This article was recently published in the Raguna Literary Journal. Quite the... Perhaps someone unwittingly played that tune just now. Then again, it's all conjecture. Those in the... Now, if those vengeful spirits really do exist, well, out of all the patrons here... By the way, it just so happens that I made a copy. Here, take it. Consider it a little souvenir from your... Goodbye, friends. A change of venue is in order. I must finish my play.
Like the fire that dragged them to hell. These unverifiable, yes, but not entirely dismissible. So, let's start at the very beginning. I have a
Ciaccona.
friend who, she who resembles Topaz, should still be near Whisperwind.
Cutscene?
World, poetry and music hold equal sway. Shh. Listen carefully.
Strum my strings for the endless dance of time. To fly is not to flee, but to journey towards the dreams. All the hopes will set us free from doubts and fears deep within. Let the sunrise gild our wings, let the twilight soothe our
Follow the song to find
the
her.
skyward forever wild and free.
I mean, her lips weren't moving, but it was a pretty good song.
Rover, Carlotta, it's been too long.
You really must adore that song. I remember hearing you. When I was a child, whenever I passed by Ciaccona's house, I'd always hear music drifting from the courtyard.
I remember it well. Those 2 guards of yours were like giants from Septimont. Easily 200 pounds of pure...
Back then, Ciaccona's family conducted the Order's choir.
How should I put it? Well, as they say, families are always rising and falling. But a song is a song, whether sung in a grand hall or beneath the open sky. As for family matters, anyway, the 2 of you came in such a hurry. I suppose you're not here. Oh, so you eavesdropped on a man rambling on in C3 sharp, and then, poof, out pops a monster. Let me see. It should sound something like this. About that, sharp rover. I know, right? We should suggest to Miss Margarita that she add new signage. Sing with civility. It's
Can we discuss...
Of course. But I still need to know what kind of music could possibly have the power to conjure up those... The Golden Anthem. They're criminals. To conspire with them is to risk...
Don't worry.
From what you've told me, the composers of this poem cursed Rinith. When the poem is played, some type of horror appears. If you ask me, this story is a right load of codswallop. I don't believe a simple...
Then you...
We need to get to the heart of this poem and music mystery. Let me join you. I'll help you find the link between the music and those daemons. But in return, I want you to hand these pages to me. Then we have a deal. Since you believe this music summons them, how about we test it for ourselves?
It's risky, but there's...
The final work of poets banished to distant seas and condemned to death.
Oh, and just to let you guys know, I did say I was gonna roll for Ciaccona, but I changed my mind. I can always roll for Ciaccona. I'm most likely gonna get Cartetia and her weapon next. And then maybe I'll get Ciaccona somewhere down the line. So, if this quest does really good to convince me otherwise, then I will roll for her at the end of the stream. So, let's see.
What I wonder, did the verses forged in flames...
I'm gonna fight.
They are just
Oh.
like the ones that attacked us in the restaurant.
I've never done Ciaccona gameplay before.
A grand overture! Perfect wrap-up. Faster! Solo time! Ooh, the pitch is lowered. A grand overture! Now presenting a poem of finale. Wonders and tragedies come together. Playing the last note. Swift and resolute. I sense your weakness. The hour is upon us. Crystals, give me strength. Swift and resolute. Sentinel protect.
They burn in despair, resentful of the Order's verdict, till their last breath. With our bodies to fuel the fire, the ensuing furnace shall forge Raguna's
They wanted their resentment to echo through the streets.
These voices.
If the poet's resentful souls gave birth to daemons, then those voices were just people who read.
Perhaps the voices themselves are what causes in the legends. Daemons are born, but what we've seen isn't like that, no. They're more like horrors Of course, I'm just speculating. The voices were somewhat muddled. Perhaps I can refine the melody. Let's find out what the true story really is. This is a realm created from melodies. Music can transcend space and time to bring memories and stories to life. No. Normally, you can't perceive the frequencies in a melody. But that manuscript lets you see the world as I do.
They burned in despair, resentful of the Order's verdict, till their last breath. Their last work is nothing but a curse upon us all.
It's the same as what we heard before, but now I see something. A balance scale with a crowd of people standing on one of the
Perhaps it was a simple poem at first, nothing more. But then that article claimed it was a curse upon Raguna. Given that members of the Golden Anthem were banished on the Pilgrim Sail and died in a fire, the notion quickly took hold. No one knew exactly what happened, so they filled in the gaps with their imaginations. With motive and a complete story. Perhaps that's all it took for a lie to become the truth. Each time someone plays, yes, someone must have used them to create the daemons. What if the mastermind pulling the strings from the shadows is the author of that article? Daemons are bound to their create. Imagination knows no bounds. If left unchecked, such incidents will only increase. For resonators, dealing with them isn't much of a challenge. But for ordinary folk, it's enough to spark panic across the city. Let's pick up where we left off.
Oh.
Let's pick up. If the daemons are born from the public's imagination, then things will shift once we catch whoever is responsible for starting this in the first place. This mastermind has gone to great lengths to twist the facts, stirring fear and turning it into resentment. It may be an attempt to cover up certain stories about the Poet Society. Music and poetry are born from kindness, and whoever is behind this won't just... The thought of confronting them is already inspired.
Our enemy hides in the dark. We need to split up. With your tenacity, someone has pointed a gun at Cat's Eye. Someone ought to pull back the curtain and expose them.
Cat's Eye was a name that we got after doing Carlotta's quest, so... Is this quest is Carlotta's quest mandatory to do this?
The family has its ways. Tracing the article's source and finding this must...
If we find melodies connected to the Poet Society, I can bring... I've got it, Rover! I know a place. Let's go. On. I really admire the wind. It's free to go anywhere without restraint. If only it could carry my poems into the hands of everyone across the world. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da.
Couldn't it just fly there? Oh. Well, there's my answer.
I really admire the wind. It's free to go anywhere without restraint. If only it could carry my poems into the hands of everyone across the world. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Da da do 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 do. La da na 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 da ma da da da. Ta-da! Welcome. This is where Raguna's musicians lay their old... For the people of Raguna, the sea is everything. We live... Since an instrument is an extension of the musician, it's only fitting that it's buried by the sea.
The Wuthering
Certain this is
Waves.
where the poets of the Golden Anthem laid their instruments to rest before... What's wrong? You seem troubled. Is that what's been on your mind this whole time? I say, if the answer... To be honest, I haven't found any leads either. But once, I spent 3 days just trying to find the right words to describe a So, I stood under that tree, you know, just like in those stories where inspiration strikes after an apple hits you. And, well, sadly the apples weren't ripe and none fell. Try it.
It's...
Later, when I finally decided to leave, I looked up through the gaps in the branches, and suddenly turns out, even without an apple, inspiration may yet strike. But if I hadn't stood there, I might have missed that unexpected burst of beauty. So, maybe this is enough.
I'm starting to understand why Carlotta calls you Topaz.
Is that so? But I'm nowhere near as dazzling as the sun. If anything, I'd rather be like Icarus in the story, soaring freely in the sky. I sense the melody of an instrument close by. A flute, but it sounds sharp and hard. I'd say it's trying to finish as quickly as possible. A harp. It's in excellent condition, but it's Is that its echoes are faint? Perhaps because it's been abandoned. Wait. The sound may be weak, but there's an undeniable strength to it. Rover, behind you! It seems this lute likely belongs to a member of the Poet Society. Which is to say, it holds the melodies they left behind. Answer me!
Oh.
Moment of resonance. No hesitation. One with the sound.
Sentinel protector, Bluebird! Be my salvation! Silence!
Mind the tempo. A perfect chord. The timbre also matches. I believe this lute is sometimes, even when the instruments are the same, the performer's mood. For example, this lute doesn't seek to boast. It speaks softly, like a traveler sharing us the true purpose of music is to express what words cannot. Rover, if there's something you want to say but can't put...
But I haven't even heard you.
Me? Perhaps another time. Once all this is settled, I'll perform. Now, it's in the lute's hands. I hope. Listen, it seems like an interrogation room. Take care with each step. The melodies left by these instruments are we may find ourselves straddling vast rifts in time and space. A single misstep could draw us into other
Farrell of the Golden Anthem. The Codex teaches us that those whose sins are cleansed by the sea shall... It is a grave offense to slander the Sentinel. I was told you found this lie carved on a lithograph. In the face of the Tempest, a giant... If you admit you were mistaken at tomorrow's trial and reveal where you have hidden the evidence, I will... Remember, Imperator...
I'm sorry, Sir Acolyte. I'm doing my best to cooperate. Please don't mistake my silence for I'm afraid that by the time I see the Sentinel, I will have lost my voice.
As long as you repent and help us You are a wise man. I will always be here, should you...
No need to worry, Sir Acolyte.
Neither official nor private records show them as having ever repented.
I understand we're not adventurers or mighty resonators. We don't even have the time. Farrell only wanted to share the voice of uncertainty. Our fate has been sealed. All we can do now is choose.
They don't sound like they're full of hatred at all. During the interrogation, they kept their composure and did not offer fierce resistance.
Everything seems to revolve around the Order.
We don't know that for certain. But at least we now know the Poets Society would never...
Farrell's gone mad. He ought to... Why would he slip this dangerous knowledge? We ought to have...
Buried the truth. It just occurred to me. Is that our mastermind's true aim? To that end, he stirs panic to deepen Ragonese prejudice against the Poets Society. Using this opportunity, words and music...
I knew this was from the moment we uncovered that lithograph. Still, I have no regrets. But if all this time...
The Order's stance is that the Poets Society concealed blasphemous works. Yet that's right! You must have seen the Sentinel in the to keep the Sentinel's true form a secret. The melody is fading faster now and becoming unstable. We should leave.
Oh.
Where is this place? We must have gotten separated.
You are to build a home here, like seabirds. Dwell upon the water. They were clearly
Is that Ciaccona?
hunters. Why would anyone call them criminals who insulted... This is a poem I've never seen. Do not place flowers on my tomb. I am the sea wind at Raguna's walls. I am a nighthawk of wings of flame, soaring towards the celestial steed. A flame. Celestial steed. True form I behold. The night sky will be...
Because they cannot banish the truth. The order of our thirst for truth. No matter what, remember this. The truth will always exist.
I can't get through. But what is this?
She's always been distant and aloof. But her Ciaccona Toccata. As long as you still draw breath, lift your...
Rover? Rover, are you all right? Finally, I got you out of there. You must have been drawn into a different melody on our way out.
I just walked into a study and ran into a strange little girl. She mentioned a name.
I see. I don't know who you met, but Toccata is my family. As I said before, for family, just call me Ciaccona. We don't... Well, we have made some progress. The melody we were in gave me a hint on what to do next. Yes, seeing as they banished the Golden Anthem, we might find more clues.
Have you found her yet? No.
She's not here either. Greetings, sisters. Might I ask, have you seen someone dressed up?
No. Razor doesn't like walking with her head down.
We're in the Order's choir. Racer is our lead chorister. We took a break from rehearsing to play hide.
Maybe she got mad at us because we sang, but...
Can you tell your...
The teacher says it's a hymn to honor the brave. But Razor says the hymn was written by a bunch of criminals.
Well,
Really? She went that way.
such a beautiful voice.
You're the laureate.
My name is Ciaccona.
A friend of mine.
Don't be scared. We're only here so that you can finish your game of hide and seek.
Hide and seek, right. Myron and the others are waiting.
How about a little chat first?
What? Of course not. The ceremonies.
Young ones today have so much talent. You know, our laureate here definitely knows how to...
It's just... Before the performance, the choir has to listen to the same... What's more, the hymn we're practicing. Myron and the others never complain, but now their dreams are all dashed because of me. And I don't like this hymn. Myron and the others are too young to realize that heresy... I just don't understand why the Order wants us to sing. The more I thought about it, the more out of rhythm I became. In the end, that song just now.
Well, what do you think a hymn...
A hymn, as the books state, is a song of praise for...
No, not that. I mean, how does it make you feel? Try to remember what you were feeling when you were...
I didn't want to hold everyone back. And I really...
Then hold on to that feeling. Let's rehearse again. You don't have any... Well then, the laureate and I will be the first to hear you perform.
Nice transition. That was actually a pretty smooth transition.
This is a cathedral. That's the choir on stage, with the Poets Society leading them. Looks like it's a ceremony of some kind. It sounds like...
On the surface, yes. The Order certainly upheld Raguna's prosperity and stability. The poets praised for their songs to honor the Sentinel. Simply knowing the Order once stood with the poets doesn't reveal the true reason behind their banishment.
It sounds like a song celebrating the knights who defeated the Tacit Discords at Whisperwind Haven.
Degenerates! Arrogant hypocrites, every last one of you! You have no idea what happened! Not at all! Has the Order reduced our sacrifices to mere tales to be told over tea? The Sentinel...
This is madness! Who is this madman? Someone remove him from here immediately! Do not be...
What he said about the common folk, is it true?
What a mess. Strange. Why is this passageway so long?
Afternoon tea! Yes, please. Your tea and biscuits, miss. I'll reapply the medicine once you've finished. Next time, no more climbing walls. There, I understand. You've always been a curious child. You look at this. This book says the flower doesn't live long, but that's silly. I know it can survive the coldest of mists. This study is a secret. You must never tell a soul. I understand. But I've always wondered, why do people say they're guilty?
Oh, what splendid singing!
Racer did wonderfully. Thanks to you, I figured it out. Sincerity is what truly matters when we pray and sing.
Yes. A hymn isn't just a few lines of history. It is shaped by your... The hymn may differ in each person's eyes. I hope you'll give the audience a spectacular performance on the day of the...
Black screen, white text.
So, what did you see in Razor's melody?
The Poets Society was criticized for glorifying the knights over their assumptions were challenged. So they traveled to the Knights' encampment at Whisperwind Haven to verify the truth for themselves.
This incident may have been the turning point for the Poets Society. Did you find any other clues? If the Order's choir is pointing us to Whisperwind Haven... I've heard of these knights during my travels. This should be where their old encampment stood. But there don't seem to be any instruments, poems, or music here that carry the memory of a melody. Let's try searching the area first. These bonfire poets were no doubt members of the Poet Society. To find the melody, we perhaps inspire... This was the last stop on their route. What is it? Has anything come to mind? Oh, yes. It rises from the primal, churning endlessly, echoing in our ears without playing a tune, of course. I want to capture the mood they...
Rimbo and Selena must have returned to Raguna by now. That lithograph of the set, did that gentleman guide us? Backpack stuffed with papers claiming to be a common artist. Yet he spoke like a nobleman. If not for his help, we'd still be... He's right. We must enlighten the people of Raguna. The Knights of the Order defend only the Order's interests, and so...
It seems someone told the poets the truth about the Sentinel, and even suggested they stop singing solely for divinity and begin singing for the common folk as well. On the surface, what our mystery man said makes perfect sense. Is this form of the Sentinel the same as the one you saw at Avonolium? So the poets were indeed banished for uncovering the Order's secrets. Even under interrogation, they held their silence. It wasn't until they met this resentment and curses are not songs of their own style. As for the true mastermind, we must confront his lies and put an end. But once the truth of the Golden Anthem at Imperator is revealed, it will no longer be just a matter of daemons.
The will of the people is strong. This mastermind is so sure that the lies about the Sentinel or the truth exist to be uncovered.
Yes, we'll go back to Margarita's. It's where...
Alright. Margarita is such a good character, dude. I hope she becomes playable one day.
Miss Margarita!
Well, hello. If it isn't Rover and Ciaccona. Oh, Miss Ciaccona is a regular around here, you know. I've even asked her to perform a few times.
Actually, I've come to ask a favor of you today, Miss Margarita. I'm sure you've heard the rumors circulating lately about the Poets Society's legacy. There's something important we'd like to share.
Not a problem at all. Did you make any big discoveries?
Black screen, white text.
Rover, we'll begin. The poets did board the Pilgrim's sail, becoming the stars of their own final act. We all know how that tale ended. A great fire consumed the ship, dragging it to icy depths. And the poets, if you wish to hear their true voices once more, seek them at the Cathedral of Mercury. The children there still sing hymns written by... As the fire filled the ship's cabins, they penned their last poems with death drawing near. Perhaps they were great. If the poets truly meant to curse Raguna, why would they write such obscure poem? This charade. It was carefully crafted, twisting their work to tomorrow. At the Odyssey Opera House, I will reveal the truth.
This card... this is very confusing.
Previously.
Sorry.
Loria, is this all real? What do you mean by the truth? The poets of the Golden Empire.
A fascinating story indeed. The speech you made just now, you're implying the poets of...
Exactly. Someone used the story of the Golden Anthem to...
If memory serves, official records of the Order of the Deep. Surely you're not suggesting this was all the Order's doing? I dare say.
Are you from a noble family? The city's elite have a habit of siding with the Order.
I'm afraid you misunderstand. Your presentation brings me back to a group of birds locked inside a cage. Then, one day, the cage door opened. Many consider their fate a tragic one.
I see it differently. Even if they met their end falling into the abyss.
And what of those who chose to remain in the cage? Will they dare to reach for the skies after realizing the cost of choosing to fly? Miss Poet, I look forward.
A splendid retaliation. Like everyone present, I too eagerly... As expected, the Order's fingerprints... It was none other than acolytes from the Order who salvaged the poet's lost works from the wreckage. It's possible this was a sham all along. Now, Considering the fact that the untraceable article first began circulating, I think it's fair to say its author is a regular of such secret circles. He may even be his collusion with the Order is why these rumors are allowed to. I'll have someone follow this secret circle's trail, and we should also share these findings with Ciaccona. As a
That's strange.
Just like when we were children, she and her family disappeared. Ms. Margarita, have you seen Ciaccona?
Miss Ciaccona? She was squirreling off towards the harbour earlier. I thought that's where you were. She did look quite down, though. Never seen her worse.
Thank you for letting us know, Ms.
Why don't we split up and look for her at the harbour?
Man, I can't frickin' fly. Come on, brother. Black screen, white text.
The young birds left their cage.
I never thought his words would reach into the depths I sealed away.
Coming here implies you worry about tomorrow's. You intend to reveal the truth of the Sentinel to the public. But that revelation, it comes.
And here I thought you'd be much wiser. You know the dangers of pilgrimage, yet you all still cling.
The truth has its thorns, and the golden anthem has already...
Is that what you're trying to tell me with your play? But you know.
Allow me to share the answer, Sir Acolyte. Do you remember the very first voice from the heavens? The one the people of Rinascita kept alive in their hearts as they built their homes on this land? Surely you've seen The Golden Bough, yes? A play where people from various clans wear masks.
And?
It is words and songs. We are not your... It exists forever.
You pitiful fool. Often.
The Order of the Deep seeks to banish us to the seas because they know they...
Hear that? The bell they tolled. I will be the...
The parallels, so striking. Just... So this is the resonance they babbled on about. After... Why are there always those who believe the Sentinel is some... The poets were at least clever enough to hold their tongues, but you have the nerve to parade your blasphemy.
Is that so, Sir Acolyte? I do hope you dream of this scent.
Spare me your sarcasm, you insolent bard! You're nothing but a mouthy relic, the last...
Ah, so you've already tasted their fate, haven't you? Such a dramatic turn of events. As cantors of the Sentinel, both the Takata family and the Poet Society committed the same crime. Tell me.
You're nothing but a figment of my imagination. None of this concerns you. It was a price. When I was a child, I lacked the ability to prove the Sentinel's true form. I believe the opportunity has presented.
Opportunity? Do you intend to repeat history? This time, dragging Rover along with you?
Nah, that's not gonna happen.
Isn't this what you're afraid of? You've unraveled the hand behind it all. But Rover, Miss Carlotta, and all those you've gathered along the way, and perhaps even that blessed maiden whose whereabouts remain a mystery to this day. Even so, have you really made your choice? I look forward to the arrival of tomorrow, Miss Poet.
Is this Ciaccona sheet music? The vision I saw seems to have been recorded. Ciaccona mentioned she always writes down her melodies on manuscript paper. An interrogation room. Being the girl in the Poets Society's stud, what happened last time was no accident. Why was she there?
Thank you for understanding everything. Is there anyone else here besides you? You must have touched the Golden Anthems to be able to touch it. I am yesterday's child of ignorance. The actor now on stage. Let me tell you, the story of the Golden Anthem doesn't just belong to the poets.
Please no. This section is so boring, bro.
A mysterious person showed the poets the truth about the Sentinel. Then they decided to it didn't take long for the Order to notice us. To keep everyone safe, they gave my father a key to a study. Inside, there were papers, as you've already seen. I was also banished. Usually, the food and water in those ships aren't enough to get the people where they need to go. Even if they made it, the cold would get them. As for the fire, in the past, in the world they dreamed of, poets would no longer be shackled, and everyone could sing freely. That was their wish for the future when the curtain fell. But the Order was afraid. They didn't want any loose ends. The Golden Anthem gave my father the key. At first, he wouldn't let me near it because I was too little. It wasn't until my mother... I still remember...
Don't see it as a burden, my child. Remember, only this kind of courage can rid your father of the cowardice he showed toward you.
Father wanted to tell everyone. So the Order put him on a pilgrim sail with the same charges. And I wrote so the Poets Society and our family could never prove whether the Sentinel's form is really that of a celestial steed. All we could do was hold on to our suspicions and the possible truth. Now, I have that choice again. Do I reveal the truth? But this time, I have you and my friends with me. I can't let you all repeat my fate.
Like I said, there are hints of the sea inside Ciaccona's melodies. You should take greater pride in being a poet.
Thank you. Thank you for understanding everything.
This song. It's the one she performed last time. The melody is the same, but why does it sound so sad this time?
Cutscene?
So, Miss Poet, Have you made your decision?
This is a poem I've never seen before. It's so different from what they used to write. Do not place flowers on my tomb, for I do not rest beneath the stone. I am the sea wind at Raguna's walls. I am a dawn that breaks through thorns. I am a nighthawk of wings of flame, soaring towards the celestial steed, whose praises I sing and whose true form I behold.
I know what you're thinking. You're worried I might end up on the same path you did. Go on.
All the hopes will set us free from doubts and fears deep within. Let the sunrise gild our wings. Let the twilight soothe our skin.
Follow your heart. I'll be with you. Till the end.
Penniless bard and the laureate roving in a foreign land. Together, we rise up against the order of the deep itself. But as long as the seeds of doubt are planted, the kindling in Raguna will eventually ignite to forge its true gold. There! Now how's that for a story worth telling? Ah, speaking of which, have you ever read that novel? It's about a knight on a quest to challenge a giant in the name. The knight is also accompanied by a squad. I am no Montelli, acolyte, but still, I shall lead the charge. Yahoo! Mount up, Sir Knight.
Let me change this first.
Let me be there for everyone, as we head toward our shared future, leaving the past behind.
Oh. Well, sure. Surely I have... Need crit rate. Perfect. That is still such a low. Hold on. That's such a low crit rate ratio. I need more crit rate. That's crit damage. Really? Wow. Well, I guess that's why we do this. Okay. Okay, now I see why. None of these even have any. It's so stupid, bro. Okay. We'll do these guys first. Can I not get crit rate? Come on, bruh. Wait. There we go, there's crit rate. Perfect. Perfect. There's another crit rate.
Let me be there for everyone as we head toward
No,
our
I need
shared
more
future,
crit.
leaving the past behind.
Man, give me freaking. Yeah, this is a good one, but it doesn't. Actually, never mind. I can always put those on Cartetia. Perfect. Crit rate. One more. We'll keep this for Cartetia. No, that's crit damage. I don't want that. Nope. There we go. Crit rate. Now that's a good ratio.
Let me be there for everyone as we head toward our shared future, leaving the past behind.
Can I get a higher crit rate? No, I'll just keep it like that.
Nice pick. You won't regret choosing Alto's service.
Time to start a new game.
Let me be there for everyone, as we head toward our shared future, leaving the past behind.
The reason why I leveled up Rover to max is so that I can, because she probably pairs well with Ciaccona, so I just wanted to make it more thematic. 12 to 1600. Okay.
As the forgotten songs rise once more, this is the story of what they were once poets, singing songs for the divinity and the... Until one day, they stumbled upon a truth that could not be proven.
Okay.
The Sentinel, whom we've always revered, the true divinity granting us blessings, is a majestic celestial and the teachings in our scriptures. Ask yourselves this. Why would Imperator, who once sent Renacita voices from the heavens,
Right.
how could poets who once sang the praises of the Sentinel come to curse and resent Renacita? People of Renacita, have you ever wondered why the Order forbids us from seeing their earliest scriptures? Why did none of the fools that bore the Pilgrim's sail ever thank the Sentinel?
Oh, she's calling him out. Yo, the order is done.
Imperator and Raguna have always stood united, yet lately...
Ciaccona Toccata, in the name of Imperator and Primus Fenrir.
Alright, come on.
Under arrest. You will face the
Come at me, bro. Do it then, arrest her. See what happens.
Is that so? And what...
Blasphemy!
Oh! The same old tricks again!
Save your empty words for your confession to the Sentinel.
This guy.
Damnation! She's not working alone!
Farewell, Sir Acolyte. Let's see how much of the Order's hypocrisy these... I have faith. The music... Phew. A masked hero suddenly appeared, rescuing the bard right when she was about to be apprehended by the Order.
But that's a story. You know what this means for you, right? Even with a mask on, people will still recognize the laureate. I'm now a wanted criminal by the Order. Now this is what a real poet knows. Well then.
This room
is our final stage. Now, it's your turn to step onto it.
You will witness a different world.
You arrogant hypocrites!
Led by curiosity and wonder, they step forward.
I am the gentle sea breeze, sweeping through Whisperwind Haven and towards Raguna's high walls.
Well, have you decided on your answer? I look forward to the public trial.
Perhaps our fates are not so different after all.
It is time, sinner against the Sentinel.
But you. I will continue to sing.
As long as there are those who breathe and see.
My eternal summer will never fade. Do you feel it? The breeze from Whisperwind Haven. Next thing you know, maybe an apple will fall on our heads. Or maybe a big grey wolf will leap out and chase a squirrel down a rabbit hole. Thank you, Rover. I don't have the Blessed Maiden's miracles, nor the powers of a hero. The only thing I can offer is to immortalize this moment. By the way, I met a man at Margarita's who claims to be a playwright. You should watch out for... I'm not entirely sure who he really is, but my guess is that he...
Oh, Cristofero, or whatever his name is.
Here, you can have this music sheet. An escape mission. Starting today, I'm no longer just a wandering bard. I've got the Order hunting me now. A journey like this, it's begging to be written into a story. Don't you worry. I still remember our promise. About the song I wrote you. We will meet again. After all, we're partners in crime now.
My
Oh,
Lord
him.
Primus, it seems your plan has not got you sought to revive the Blasphemous Poet Society, spreading their legacy to stoke the fires of prejudice, and through my aid summon daemons to sow fear of...
I care not for labels of good or evil. My own fear is but one tool among many.
Ah, truly the words of one in possession of great power. Such lines are rare, even in plays.
Bro's a glazer.
And yet, why do you seem so restless? Is it that foreign laureate that unsettles you so? Or is it?
Out of respect for our partnership.
Of course. As...
So he is a villain.
Wait. You were the one who led the Poets Society to that lithograph. I've heard whispers of your presence at Whisperwind Haven around that time. Why are you doing this?
As you said yourself, there was no deception. Indeed, I was seeking inspiration. The birds, having uncovered the truth, must decide. Ah, look, just as the young Toccata mentioned. How long is... Armed with a wooden spear and a broken helmet, the knight, his squire, ever loyal, trailed close behind as if becoming one with the night. Together they truly astonishing. Even if you took such a script, what?
Just 100? Nah, I'm good. $1,600. Well, that took me just about an hour to complete, so overall it was an okay story quest, if you can even call that. But yeah, if I were to give this a rating, I mean, I don't know, 7 out of 10, I guess. I mean, it was alright, but it wasn't as great as Cantarella's, for sure. But anyways, yeah, this will be it for the stream, guys, and I will be streaming like a couple of minutes right after this, because I'm just gonna let this be its own stream, and then I'll make a brand new stream playing the brand new game I'm gonna be playing on the channel. So, yep. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Peace.